wind chill near sunrise Sunday in Atlanta and feeling similarly cold even farther south. We're going to watch these snow showers today settle in farther east and continue to the east later into the day than they will on the west side of town. But we'll show you that more closely in our hour-by-hour outlook coming up in a few minutes. There's a lot of ground to cover here, Ron and Elise. Certainly. I know, my head's spinning.
Yeah, 2-degree wind chills and one.
And that might be generous. There will be plenty of areas where it feels like it's below zero.
Yeah, please bundle up if you head out. All right, Joanne, thank you so much. Now let's take a live look from Oscarville. Now, wow, that is a pretty good dusting of snow there. Looks like it's not snowing quite at this moment, but it looks like it did earlier this morning.
Yeah, how about a look from Morgantown if we want to take a look and see what folks there are waking up to and experiencing today. Pretty head back out to you, see what's going on where you are. There's more going on now.
Yeah.
More. Take a look at this. This is beautiful. I mean, when you talk about postcard perfect, that's it. I mean, look at these flakes, big fluffy flakes here in the square, old-timey. It really looks historic. And if we switch around over here, Austin, we're going to walk over here. I'm gonna get myself some coffee.
Yeah, there you go.
Like a croissant, a muffin here.
Oh, those are good. Yeah, keep yourself warm.
Enjoy.
That is for sure.
Thanks,
all right,
Kevin,
thank you so much. Now let's check the conditions up in my neck of the woods in Gwinnett County.
Yeah, Good News Georgia Chambers is there now, so Georgia will send it back out to you, and you nailed it earlier. It looks like you're in a Hallmark movie right now.
It sounds like Kevin has got the perfect spot. I might need to go and try and find a coffee shop after this live shot, but it does look like a Hallmark movie. The snowflakes are big and fluffy, and it's been consistently coming down for staying warm. Like Kevin, I might need to go get some coffee at some point, but we're having fun out here in the snow in downtown Beaufort.
There's got to be a coffee shop somewhere.
You earned something
close. Yeah, for sure.
Thanks, Georgia.
Thanks, Georgia.
It's 9:10 now. Let's check back in with meteorologist Joanne Feldman joining us now. It's so interesting, Joanne, to see how much is coming down depending on where
you are. Yeah.
I mean, it's very, very different, and because there's this little zone of drier air, or at least less snow, right over Metro Atlanta. So you go in one direction, you see that sort of winter wonderland. You go in another and go, okay, maybe that's a flurry I saw in the sky right there. I want to address though what something Judea was saying earlier, going through some of the pictures that someone commented they didn't believe that you could actually look at an individual snowflake and get a photograph of it. It is one of my favorite things to do. If you are able to do it, keep sending in those photos. When I was in grad school at Penn State, if it was snowing outside and we were walking to class, we were just looking at our sleeves the whole time, seeing the individual snowflakes, and you can see the crystal structure. It's just something that meteorologists tend to nerd out about, but maybe you can nerd out with me here this morning. Otherwise, this is the view in Midtown, and we're starting to see the snow come down. It is coming down a little bit better than it was even when I pulled up this camera just a moment ago. So that's starting to fill in some of these areas that might have felt like they've been missing out. Sort of the tour of the radar right now, where it's really picked up, is where the winds have been converging near Lake Lanier, coming in across Gwinnett County. That's outlined in the brighter blue. We're also seeing that up in Rabun and Habersham counties, and then immediately west and all the way down into Troup and Meriwether counties. You're getting some snowflakes that extends up to Rome. So next question is over maybe toward Athens. When's your turn? Well, it looks like that snow is edging into parts of Clark and Oconee counties as we speak, and there's sort of that hole that I was talking about. We'll see if some of these areas fill back in, so some of you can get a little more snow than the little bit you've seen so far. All right, why are we getting the heavier snow right here? This is where that snow band we've been trying to pinpoint appears to be setting up, right where the winds come together, so that might get directed down closer to Covington with time if it holds together and keeps moving in that general direction. But let's talk about what happens next. Let's get through the rest of the morning and into the afternoon, because the morning hours are really the favored time for areas Atlanta and westward to get snow, and it'll be a little more scattered instead of steady for some of you. Later this afternoon, though, the skies can gradually clear, so we're going to have sunshine tomorrow, but I can assure you it's not going to do a whole lot to warm us up. It'll be a frigid day all the way around. We'll take a closer look at those numbers and break down some of the forecast amounts going forward, and check road conditions too coming up in a few minutes. Ron and Elise.
Thanks, Joanne.
Thank you so much, Joanne. Let's take a look up and coming right now, and you're going to see this dog actually playing out there in the snow. It walks out, kind of like, okay, what's this? What are we doing out here? And I think they're going to start having a little bit of fun with it. But yeah, really cool photos and videos coming in.
You know what's funny is we've seen both, Ron. We've seen them run out, and then we've seen them turn back around.
We've seen a couple like try to open the door themselves. That is for sure.
We have. Back out to you. I mean, you're in another area where you've seen quite a bit already this morning.
Yeah, it is quite impressive. I mean, what you see is what you get. I mean, we've got tons of snow out here. I want you to walk over to this van here, and you can see in this truck here, I'm not good at measuring inches. I don't have a ruler, but clearly we have at least 3 inches. And if you saw one of our last live shots in the last hour and a half, and I wiped off that snow obviously has already been covered up. When we got out here this morning, it was probably about 3:30, and I checked the app, the Fox 5 Storm Team app, and it was probably about 32 degrees. It is 21 degrees right now, and a good indication of that is, take a look, an icicle. Back to you guys.
Yeah, plenty of snow there in Dahlonega. That is for sure. All right,
Thanks, Kevin.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, let's check the conditions in Gwinnett County now.
Yeah, good news. Georgia Chambers is joining us. Our Midwestern girl is getting her snow this winter here in Georgia. Good morning.
Good morning. Yeah, since I'm from Omaha, Nebraska, I feel like my dreams were being fulfilled now that I'm having some snow in Georgia. But I have to give a quick shout out. So some viewers heard that I was looking for some coffee, and I have joining me now Pastor Joey Grizzle. His wife, Mia, sent him with some coffee for me. So thank you so much for dropping that off. Are you staying warm in the cold?
No, it's really cold out here. I pastor the church, and we have had a lot of people chiming in on our text, letting us know that you're here and that your name is Georgia, and so that's really neat, and that you wanted coffee. And so I thought it would be really cool if I could come out here and talk about what we're going to do tomorrow because of the snow.
And it was in a Georgia mug, so I can't appreciate you enough for that gesture. That was very kind of you. So with the weather, how is your church tackling services tomorrow?
What we're going to do is call off our service tomorrow, and then my family has a live service from our living room. And we're going to have some songs. My son will play the guitar and sing, and then I'll preach a sermon, and my wife will have a...
Get out.
Sounds really good.
That sounds really, really good. All right, Georgia,
Thanks, Georgia.
Thank you so much. All right, 10:10 is your time, and Joanne has another look at our forecast. And yeah, Joanne, depending on where you are, some of those spots like Dahlonega, they're getting a lot of snow right now.
They are. Can we geek out a little bit more over what Kevin Stewart was seeing in Dahlonega?
Let's do it.
Because he asked the question, and now we got to do a deeper dive because he sent a photo of what he was describing here, where he said the snow there in Dahlonega almost was like lint with a little insulation on top of it. That's the way he described it. And if you look closely here, you see a variety of shapes. And it's all dependent on where these snowflakes are forming, in what temperature and humidity. Now, when you think of that classic snowflake shape, those are called dendrites. And if you look closely enough, you see some of those typical snowflake shapes mixed in there. But take a look at these right here, things that just look like lines. Those are referred to as needles or columns, and those require some drier air to form than some of the dendrites do. So I think what we're seeing here is just kind of a mixture of all different types of snowflakes, and the way they kind of stacked up gives it that very unique look out there this morning. So I'm still encouraging you, if you can get some pictures of snowflakes, I love to see them because it tells us a lot about what you can get a better sense for it here on the bigger picture of how far to the south this snow actually extends back to our west. And I'll show you this view because you can see sort of the two pieces of the puzzle we're working with here. Here's that low pressure winding up along the coast, and this disturbance is kind of coming around the bend, putting us right here in this zone where everything is kind of going according to plan, at least so far, with visibility down to about 0 in Blairsville. It is not much better in Gainesville. Numbers will fluctuate throughout the day, as will the snow. So we're still going to hold steady on this forecast. I've said it before, I'll say it again. I know it's human nature to kind of focus in on the highest number on the map and assume that's what you're going to get in your neighborhood. It will vary a lot from one location to the next. So this is a dusting up to 2 inches of rain, and roughly an inch or more right through the Atlanta area, with higher amounts to the east and especially to the northeast. So as we continue to track this, we've got some more updates coming your way in a few minutes. Ron and Elise.
More areas getting snow now. All right, Joanne, thank you so much. Now let's check the conditions there in Athens.
Yeah, which apparently things have changed since we last met up with...
Oh, my, you changed big time. Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, good morning, guys. Yeah, I've been pretty bummed because I've been here live in Athens since 3:45 this morning, and for the last 7 hours, there has not been any such snow. Well, ask and you shall receive. The snow is finally coming down here on Broad Street in downtown Athens. I've got a shovel in my hand to give you a little bit of a visual for what we've got right now. We showed you just a little bit of the ice from earlier from last week. It is very, very thick right now as the snow is coming down, sort of blending together with that ice. But we're seeing a lot more cars kind of driving around. The icy conditions on the roads themselves aren't that bad, but as many folks
to push off to the east. Let me take you over to Fox 5 Live Viper right now. So this is the big picture. This isn't a high resolution radar, but you see all of the snow back up into South Carolina, and even then some